And a very warm welcome along. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's the start of another week. A day late, but it is the start of another week. I hope everyone's doing very well. Welcome into Kanbei and Kim over on Twitch. And welcome into Chad, Phoenix Fire, Gemma Barnes, D1, and Seth over on YouTube. I hope everyone's having a fantastic start to the week. Thank you for the 21 months, Kim. You've rejoined the HM Friends, and my alerts for that isn't working, so I'll need to fix that at some point. Obviously, something in Mix It Up isn't quite going well. Welcome in, Deadpool and Adrian. I hope you're doing very, very well. Watching on a day off feels weird, Kanbei. It feels weird starting or streaming at all on a Tuesday. It's one of those. I've done it 2 weeks in a row. Still doesn't quite feel right. It's normally Monday, Wednesday, Friday, isn't it? Now, we're going to be running Marill today. This Marill is a special Marill, though, because it's got the fairy type. And this is one of very few ROM hacks that I've actually fully tested beforehand, and just as well. Because last night in testing, it turned out I'd completely broken physical defense on our Marill. So we were getting one-shot by everything. Any single physical move was just knocking us out. Good news, if you want to play this hack, it is available on the new website, trainersquidgy.com. That, along with all the backports, barring Absol, because Absol's a little bit broken, all of the other backports have been uploaded. It's a nice new website, far easier for me to update and maintain, or obtain if you like. So that is what's been going on that side of things, as I almost break my phone there. And other than that, I don't think there's much that's been going on for me this weekend. Had far too much chocolate, probably going to regret it later on in stream today. But I hope you all had a fantastic Easter weekend if you celebrate, or even if you don't celebrate, I still hope you had a fantastic weekend. We've got potentially 2 runs to do, depending on how quickly this one goes, so we're not going to faff about. We're going to start the timer, and we are going to see how this goes. Yes, update a new word. Oh, that's right, I've done metronome only in the challenge run patch. So if you like the idea of metronome only, both for you and the enemy, with infinite power points, it was inspired of the Togetic challenge, then that is something you're able to do over on the website. Just download the patch any Pokemon Crystal ROM, and you'll be absolutely fine. Yep, Marill has a pink bow. Thought I'd give it some distinction between that and the regular Marill. I couldn't make it look right on the sprite, so I decided against putting it on the sprite itself. And hopefully, this will see a major improvement to Marill's time, because Marill didn't do that well before. That is true, you don't get infinite power points of metronome if you use Transform. Hadn't quite factored in how Transform would work, to be fair. So the plan is, if we get through this fairly quickly, we'll do Marill in yellow as well. AZUMARILL would be adorable. I do have plans to backport AZUMARILL as well, but I thought start with Marill, see how huge power affects it. We do have huge power. We don't have the physical special split though. I thought that might be one more layer of complication that probably wouldn't be great for our first attempt at something like huge power. Look at that, we get through the rivals so much quicker. So when we say we have 20 in attack, we actually have 40 in attack. We're doing it the same way that we do explosion and self-destruct. So we're halving the defense. AZUMARILL huge power would be a little bit cheesy, to be fair. Is that a friendship evo, though? Is that where the counterbalance comes in? So we'll be having AZUMARILL all the way up to, like, Morty again. We are chewing through the enemies here. Already I've got a good feeling about this challenge. Let's see what you get, Kanbei. You get a Houndour rather, a Spinarak, and a Quagsire. That's something available over on Switch where you can open up the packs. Gives us something to put in that little spot below the learn set, doesn't it? Kim's opening a Gen 3 pack. Let's see what you get. A Slacking, one of the Cocoon Pokemon, I'm not sure which one. And a Gulpin. Oh, Cascoon is that one. Am I the only one that can never tell the difference between Silcoon and Cascoon on, like, just one picture? All the lurk time helps on Switch, honestly. Yeah, I've got to see them together as well. AZUMARILL does always look like it's thinking it's left the gas on, doesn't it? It's got a very pensive look. I've got to be honest, I'm not a fan of Plusle and Minun. They've just never appealed to me. I've got half an Easter egg for my break. Whenever that may be. I am absolutely famished today. Tesco were out of meal deals, so I was a little bit up the creek we out of paddle for what I could eat before stream. I think that battle would have been unwinnable without huge power. If I can make it to Manchester over the weekend, I might have a look at the Cadbury outlet store. See if they've got any cheap cream eggs there. I'm just going to pause the timer because I'm wondering, have I activated huge power here? Let me check. I don't have a mapper for it. What a very weird error, Kudrick. Please do bear with it. It's our standard squidgies messed something up with a ROM hack. Little interruption here. Let me reload this mapper, see what is going on. Abilities are active. Let me just double check effects commands. Make sure that I've got the right backport loaded as well in GitHub. If I can find GitHub. I have the right backport loaded for yellow, but that's not what we're playing. AZUMARILL Fairy. Yep, that is working. Just me underestimating how good Marill is was the issue there. Let's unpause the timer and let's beat up Falconer now. 225 for 5 cream eggs, that's ridiculous. We just about get through Falconer. 554 for the Zephyr badge. Now, while I've got you all here, what do we think should be the next video? I'm at a bit of a loose end. I'm not sure what I should run next. I'm open to all ideas, be they backports, regular runs, redos. Hell, even to the end of the line I could bring back. Ooh, Mabostiff's an interesting idea. Oh, the music's loud. That's trouble with this bloody playlist. Stoutland is one I've thought about, but I seem to remember there was a move, and I can't remember which move it was. It's going to be for a video, Kanbei. That put me off doing it, honestly. I do love a good Caramel Freddo. I have re-backported Excadrill, but I forgot just how weak Drillbur is at the start. I miss the strawberry Freddos, honestly. King Gambit, because you were thinking about doing it in Gen 1 and then we can share the backport. I like your thinking there. You know me, D1. For better or for worse, I do all the sprites myself. The physical special split is not in this one, no. I thought that would be an extra layer of complication at the moment. When you say the Paldea doggos, are you talking about the legendary gerbils? Because we have the coding for those. I just need to redo the sprites. Yeah, Waterfall's a no-go for this particular version, but we can think about doing that probably in a few months' time. Give us a break from AZUMARILL for a little bit, and then come back to this one and add the physical special split as well. We've already done Houndstone. We did that for Halloween last year. So I was thinking about doing that as a video this year for Halloween, which is only 6 months away, so planning had better start now, knowing me. I think Fido's a good shout. It's just going to be very difficult to sprite. Toadscruel is a great idea. I've already got half a sprite work done for that one. And it won't have its ability, so it might actually be useful. We've done Wailord, although I could do it as a... I don't think I ever did it on stream, but I've got a backport of Wailord. It's a really fun thumbnail you can do for Wailord as well. I am planning on doing like a whole trading system for the cards at some point, Kanbei. Grab the full heal. How many repels will we need? What routing should we do? We'll get 9. Then we'll get 4 supers as well. I know we definitely did Relicanth because somebody super chatted a fair amount of money for me to prioritise Relicanth. Pausing the time to catch the HM friends, I'm also going to hydrate. I said pausing the timer, why did the timer not pause? There we go. We owe ourselves about 6 seconds. Let me grab a drink while we're catching the Psyduck. I have become obsessed lately with those little 500ml bottles of Pepsi Max. I do like the Tapus. I think Tapus are fairly underrated. Rockruff's a great one. Because we could do evolve time for the two different versions of Lycanroc. A swap. We never see swaps. I don't know what it is about Gen 2 lately, but they're very swap heavy, aren't they? Let's just regain some of our HP. Let's play this very safe. When I worked on the job centre, I always did everything I could to try and make sure that my claimants didn't have to come in. But there's only so much you can do, unfortunately. Lipard's an interesting one. Because that's pure dark, isn't it? That might be the quickest my result video has ever cooperated with YouTube. 88 in both is definitely serviceable. And we get our evolution into AZUMARILL. And the overlay's broken. Why is the overlay broken? What have I done wrong? Player team 0. That's coming through as AZUMARILL F. Let's check the overlay files. So it's got that. It's got that. Overlay shouldn't be broken. I've added everything in. Oh, now it's even more broken. Move info is undefined. What move? Because it's literally the same moves as Marill. I am very confused here. Is it that? There we go. Extra comma. If you ever do decide to do challenge runs, get yourself an overlay that doesn't just break if there's slight formatting issues. It's annoying that you're having to travel, but it is part of your claimant commitment. It's one of those we had to make it explicitly clear to claimants that travel time is part of the claimant commitment. I didn't agree with it. But they were the rules. But then I got opinions on the whole system in the UK. I think it's designed to set people up to not have a good time, shall we say. Let's use our huge power rollout now against Bugsy. He won't know what's hit him. Hive badge in 1324. Rival 2's our next issue. Hopefully we don't get sent to sleep here. And hopefully rollout doesn't miss against the Bayleaf. There we go. That's how you get through that. It's a shame there aren't many dragon-type attacking moves in Gen 2. Because I feel like the fairy type isn't really helping as much as it could do. Get rid of tackle for the infinitely better headbutt. Double ether. And we weren't wearing a repel, so hello to a random Paris. We'll grab rid of the Abra. We'll remember that we had about 6 seconds we needed to pay ourselves back, so we'll do that here. And we're now in Goldenrod. HM Friends complete for another challenge now with Kenya there. I reckon we're just going to cling on to the Quick Claw with all of our might for the rest of this challenge now. Juggler Owen being rude there. Dig for Paris, we'll teach that once we've got Rock Smash as well. Now these are good to face if you've got high physical attack, and we definitely have high physical attack at the moment. Three one-shots gets us up to 23. Trying to think if we need an Ice Punch. We'll probably need one for Lance, because even though we'll have Play Rough as an option, I think Ice Punch is probably slightly better for Lance still. So we'll grab an Ice Punch now. Then I think I do want to do couple of the trainers down here as well. Because we shouldn't see any issues with them. And it'll save PP management for the Rockets and Rival 4 if we do all this now. It's very weird balancing out physical and special attack with this Pokemon at the moment. Because, like, we get Stab, but our physical attack is through the roof. I reckon Play Rough's going to be one of our best moves. It's a shame it's only 90% accurate. We didn't one-shot Snubble, kind of concerning. My chat has frozen for the longest time. I do apologise. I've not been able to keep up with chat. Foresight, probably one of the least dangerous moves. That's why I don't like rollout. I really like the little bow on the icon as well. That was me thinking I was talking to myself for ages. It's just YouTube chat having a moment again. I mean, when I do the pre-recorded challenges, I just talk to myself anyway. If it ever feels, by the way, like I'm not responding to anything in chat, please do pop over to Twitch and let me know that chat's broken so I can give it a refresh. Favourite shiny story? Probably pulling an all-nighter, having dinner at about 7 AM, and in like 20 resets, in the middle of wolfing down my dinner, getting the shiny Mewtwo in Let's Go. It's the only legendary I've ever soft reset for. Now we're going to try doing quick critique in this one. Because, I mean, we're just beating up everything that's coming in front of us anyway. Now we have Surf, which normally I'd be talking about as probably the best move we'll have. But honestly, because it's a special move, it's probably not. I mean, there have been times where I'm sure I've chatted to somebody who, at least on the other website, would look like they weren't there. But I do appreciate the VOD squad. You are just as appreciated as everybody who comes in live. You know what, I think we're going to get rid of Defense Curl. Because there's no sense in curling out when we've got double the attack anyway. We'll teach our extra moves to Paris while we're at it, save some menuing. Plonk on a repel. Now it's time for Rival 3. I give a lot of credit to my casino days. Oh, shoot. For being able to follow chat. Well, that could have gone worse. I think we got very lucky there. We are going to very quickly grab the mint berry. We'll grab the nugget at the same time. And then we'll take on Morty. Oh, I didn't want this trainer. absolute ridiculous from that bloody body slam. That's kind of screwed over my routing quite a fair bit. Doing this mostly out of spite now. We've lost the time we would have saved doing quick air critique. But I'm stubborn. We ain't going into air critique Pokemon Center. Level 31 acquired. I would see no reason not to take on Grace there. She's got good experience points and she's a quick battle. Haunter, I barely know her. And this is Morty. Let's see how we get on. One shot the Ghastly. One shot the Haunter. We miss, of course we miss. We miss twice in a row. This game is screwing us over. To anybody who ever says rollout is the right play, this is why I don't use it very often. Fog Badge 2639. Good morning, Anderson. I hope you're doing well today. I'm getting tilted on this one because the RNG is not going our way. Nobody cares, Bike Shop. Go away. Leave me alone. I was having a good day until I decided to use rollout. Genuinely might be the most overrated move in Gen 2, and I blame Whitney for that. Headbutt, on the other hand, that's a good move. Surf is also a good move. It's 100% accurate, that's all we care about. I'm really enjoying doing the live voiceovers on the challenge runs. I think it feels a lot more genuine, a lot more authentic to the original experience then. As you all know me, I don't pre-plan anything with my runs. What you see is what you get. Warts and all, so to speak. How dare you call my AZUMARILL a lightweight? Have you know it's got huge fairy power? Just headbutted that Noctowl into next week. Welcome in, Paul. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We got screwed over by Morty, so I'm just headbutting everything in revenge. Your Marill's worse than mine because it's pure water and doesn't have huge power, Connie. Have a wonderful time at work. Thank you for popping in. Oh no, the Scamfrost is sick again. I've kind of cheated with huge power. So I'm doing it the same way that Explosion and Self-Destruct works, by halving the defense. Every bloody spinner, rotator, everything is catching us today. At least we made the Hitmonlee flinch. And the Hitmonchan. Oh, luck is all over the place on this one. Headbutt is definitely our best move at the moment. All of them want to see the huge fairy power. All of them know that this is completely inappropriate for the setting we're in. But do we care? Do we heck? Yep, huge power's in. We halve the defense. With huge power, it's all different means to the same end, with maybe like 2 or 3 HP difference, depending on which way it's done. I decided to follow the Gen 2 precedent of halving defense to double attack power, because we see that with Explosion and not Rollout, the other one. Self-Destruct. There we go. There's virtually no difference between doubling the attack stat and halving the defense stat of the opponent. Have a good luck, Kanbei. Might as well do Sprout Tower now. For sake of ease, I decided to do the halving the defense way. So that 66 is, for our physical attacks, it's equivalent of 132, if I can do my maths correctly. Why am I picking up that potion? That is very much surplus to requirements. Because we've got the ability toggle, that doubling of the attack stat would probably break things in Gen 2. It's one of those, I always take the easiest coding option. Because we do a lot of backports. Legitimately surprised that we didn't one-shot that Psyduck there. Oh, we haven't even been to the lake yet, have we? No wonder I don't have a fly point there. Let's beat up the red Gyarados. We'll keep Lance holding on for a little bit now. Because we might as well try Jazz. Might be a mistake, probably is a mistake actually, but we'll find out. I shall get to that cry after I've hydrated. My throat is not in a place to do a Paris cry at the moment. Here is that was Jasmine. I know I failed the shiny Gyarados. I read Jazz is screwed on the next line, so kind of half and half there. Welcome in, Andrew. I hope you're doing well today. I shall get around to it as soon as I've got a natural breakpoint. I just want to get through this rocket section. Thank you, Carnage, for the happy affiliate anniversary. I hope you're doing well today. Which lens is it that increases accuracy? Because I think that would be our best held item if it was in Gen 2. The wide lens, I can never remember whether it's the wide or the zoom or the scope. It's not in Gen 2. I'm just theory crafting about items that would be really helpful in Gen 2 that we don't currently have. Because that would then make rollout a viable strategy. Eviolite's fairly easy to code in. We're at that point in the challenge now where Surf is, even though we've got huge power, Surf's our best move. Because we're battling underleveled Pokemon. Wide lens Mousehold with Population Bomb. I'd probably go for the loaded dice instead for that. Rocky Helmet's an interesting item. We are spamming Surf as if it's a snow stream. I do need to fix, actually, thinking of Snowy Stream. I need to fix Border Douglas in Morty's gym when you have spinners turn to rotators. I need to fix Border Douglas in general. He's a right pest. He did, however, get us to 41, so he's not all bad. This is Price, the Ice-type leader. I don't think he's going to have a good time. Goodbye, Seal. Goodbye, Dugong. Goodbye, Piloswine. 41-16 for the Glacier badge. We would have saved so much time if every single spinner wasn't getting us today. Finally getting good at that section on the bike. It's been long enough. That was some awful movement there. Some things I can't blame on the RNG. That was just terrible movement from me. Welcome in, Mike. I hope you're doing well today. Get rid of some of the crap we're not going to teach. Get 4 protein and 3 calcium. And now we are at that point of the challenge where I always take a very, very quick 3-minute break. I need to rehydrate. I need to prep myself for the radio tower. We're pausing the timer at 44:11 today. It's going to be a very quick 3-minute break. I shall be back in 3 minutes' time to take you through the second half of this challenge. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there during the little 3-minute break. I owe Kanbei a Paris cry, which I think goes something like blah 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 blah. Which, if you really, really listen kind of awkwardly, sort of sounds like the start of No More I Love Yous by Annie Lennox. Don't know if it's just me that hears that. But we have the radio tower to complete now, aren't we the privileged ones? Let me get my on-screen furniture back the way it should be. I don't do repeats on this channel, Kanbei. Not very often, anyway. Unless it's Ursaring. Ursaring has special privileges on this channel. I will run it at any available opportunity. So watch out for Ursaring end of the line, probably by the end of the month. I might actually do an Ursaluna video where it doesn't evolve into Nidorino. Thank you, Carnage, for gifting a tier 1 sub to A Gamer's Tale. That is very, very kind of you. I'm never going to live that down, am I? I need to get some more emotes designed, actually. You have a good idea? That terrifies me, Kim. Oh, those of you watching on YouTube, you cannot see, but Kim has an emote on her channel, which is a belly bolt twerking. I can't believe those words just fell from my mouth, but it is a belly bolt twerking, and yes, it is as grim as it sounds. Let's have a palate cleanser with Rival 4. We didn't quite one-shot the goal bat. That's not a great start, but we'll make do. I reckon Ice Punch is still the best move against this Meganium. I am very much thinking that Physical Special Split is the next, and then to add to the AZUMARILL thing here. I can only apologise for the words that fell from my mouth there. Thank you for the happy affiliate anniversary. My Twitch chat is now just constant twerking belly bolt. I'm not having a good time of it. At least YouTube, you lovely people are all wholesome. Honestly, the amount of words that fall from my mouth that I say, that I never expected to say on this channel. You could make an entire encyclopedia of dodgy, squidgy quotes. I'm not saying you should, but you could. Also, it is Kim's birthday on Sunday. I'm not going to say how old Kim is. But if you do want to subscribe to Kim on YouTube, youtube.com/@KimsMadWorld, I'm sure she'd be very grateful. It's not a scam, it is the legitimate truth. It's Kim's birthday. On Sunday, she's turning 21 and a bit's her business. One-shotting Wheezing with headbutts. Kind of promising. We're not actually making bad time at all with this Marill. There is a cheeky little time save we can do here. We'll probably want the Scamulet coin, actually. I love the Zangoose emoji. Zangoose is one of my all-time favourite Pokemon. Buy another calcium. We have potions somewhere, don't we? There we go. I'll tell you what, Goldenrod City is the most intimidating place when you're live. Because there's so much to remember. Ice Punch, maybe? Thank you for the happy affiliate. I can't even speak today. Happy for the thank you. No, thank you for the happy affiliate anniversary, Comrade Oddball. I think it's going to be a range whatever we do on this. There are certain Pokemon where we can just tell that our stats still aren't fantastic. But we're not having a bad time of it with this Marill. I suppose it's an AZUMARILL at this point, isn't it? There we go. Welcome in, Animaster. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We'll grab the pink bow. Don't need sunny day. First of two identical quiz answers we'll be taking in the next couple of moments. It's now time to try and beat up Claire. Yep, 11212. If you remember that number, you can do both the Dragon's Den and the radio card. Might be time to scrap Headbutt as well and go for Return. Because Return's almost at max power now. Probably will be max power after this battle, actually. And it does give us a nice increase in power points as well. Oh yeah, we're absolutely fine, even though that was a crit. It's time for Claire. Shouldn't be a tricky battle today. Huge power is more than huge enough to take care of the Dragonair, so we're not going to get paralysed by them. And of course, she can't use Dragon Breath. I think that might be one of the easiest Claire fights we'll ever have. Yep, coded in huge power. We're doing it a cheesy way. We're halving the defense as opposed to doubling the attack. But it's the same means to the same end, or a different means to the same end, I should say. They're probably like, why does your AZUMARILL have a bow on its head? There we go, sub 1 hour Claire, sub 55 minute Claire. Pretty good stuff. That means we can start heading towards the Pokémon League. Did have to get caught by this bloody Bulbasaur line trainer. But it's 3 one-shots, so it's not the worst thing in the world. think today we'll take on her because she should be easy experience. Now I reckon if we take on anyone else, it's going to be the people up north. We'll take the inside route, it's slightly quicker. Get on the bike. Yep, the fast EXP group is coming in handy. Didn't mean to battle this guy. That was just bad movement. Even Kingler goes down in one shot, though. What about Flareon? That's got a lot of bulk. Oh, one shot. Now, Beth here is mandatory. So we'll just surf all over her. It's a crying shame, you know, that this thing doesn't learn Earthquake. Because that would really be the icing on the cake. So as it stands, we'll just have to surf all over the Magnemite instead. I wasn't in charge of the Gen 2 TM and HM Learn set for this thing. That's all natural Gen 2 stuff. Wrong move, Squidge. And with that, we are at the Pokémon League. I doubt we're going to get through in under an hour. But we should see a very low 1-0-something. We'll say thank you to Kenya, to Abra, Psyduck, and merci to Paris. The biggest thank you of all goes to you wonderful HM friends. Green names on YouTube, and all of you with a subscription badge over on Twitch. Let's take a quick look at our stats. Level 54 with 203 HP. Scamulet Coin with Return, Surf, Ice Punch, and Rollout. 98 in attack, you can double that. 125 in defense. 97 in special attack, 130 in special defense, and 92 in speed. And those are the outer battle stats. We'll get a big buff in battle, as we'll see now, against Will. He's our first league member, a psychic type specialist who leads with Xatu. We evaded the Leech Seed. We had a very, very smooth run. Not the quickest run, but we definitely had a smooth ride up to Claire. Thank goodness the Minimalize didn't work there for him. This is probably a range. But we can just one-shot. And we're on to Bruno. Obviously no Mach Punch, because of Thunder Punch taking priority over that. Ooh, now it's probably going to be a two-shot on this Machamp. Cross Chop will miss, so we are on easy streak for the rest of this battle. We do resist Mach Punch. Scam Artist. Taking a reset there. think that might have been a range, although I think that about a lot. Thank you for the £2 super chat, Kambe. Elixir, you could buy her a drink first. Oh, goodness me. That was definitely a messy Karen fight, but we got through. Let's take on Lance. One shot the Gyarados, that's a very good start. Ice Punch is a 4 times super effective move, so no issues on any of the Dragonite. Apart from the fact that we ranged that last Dragonite. Took a very quick reset at Claire after it all just... Not Claire, at Karen after it all just went apart. Fell apart. (102.17) through Lance. Yeah, reset number 2 was when we got paralysed after Karen switched. Final Hall of Fame time of 1 hour, 2 minutes and 33 seconds. I don't have an OBS source like I thought I did. Also, quick show of hands. Which leaderboard do we put this on? Is it a backport or is it a main streaming run leaderboard? We'll need to know that. That's what I was thinking, Kambe. I think it's more suited to the backport leaderboard. Because it is modded in quite a significant way. Yep, almost time for Play Rough. Although we do need to chat with him. Change it to Saturday. And we want a nice Ice Beam instead of Ice Punch. Do a little bit of bag management. I am fully expecting Play Rough to miss at all the key moments. We are a spinner magnet today. The good thing about having rotators as opposed to spinners is at least they're consistent. so it's easier to learn their pattern. Let's TP off the boat now. And we'll take on Surge. And then after Surge, I'll fix that so it does actually say play rough. Play rough is physical. In this, play rough is a physical fairy move, so play rough is a physical move in this particular... I don't want to call it backport, you know what I mean. Yep, physical is in the game. Physical fairy's in the game twice. Once as a physical, once as a special. The overlay says it's home claws because I'm an idiot. Surge was such a weird battle for Snowy's Electabuzz. And to go into a bit more detail about why it said home claws, because I don't think I've ever explained how the overlay works. It's actually two pieces of technology fighting with each other. So we have the stuff that's read directly through the game's RAM with GameHook. And then I've got my own system to display things like the learn sets. And it just so happened that those two combined, there was a bit of a desync there because I'd forgot to change the move slot above beat up in the GameHook mapper from Home Claws, which was the last move I'd backported in that slot. Let's wreck a day. It's Erica time. Nice to see a one-shot on Tangler with a physical move. Poor Jumpluff didn't stand a chance there with Ice Beam. And that's Erica all done. 108.26. Now we're going to be weak to Janine. Will that make a difference? I very much doubt it. We'll find out though. Let's go to Fuchsia. She leads with Crobat, we outspeed and we knock it out in one. We outspeed the Weezing, knock it out in one. She tries with another Weezing, same thing happens. And it was just a terrible time for Janine all around. 109.22 for the Soul Badge. We dodged one spinner and then I hit this one. The celebration was very short-lived there. Back to Saffron we go. Let's take on Sabrina. One shot on Pescion. One shot on Mr. Mime. Don't outspeed Alakazam, but we still one-shot it. Marsh Badge acquired. My gut instinct is now telling us we're probably going to get about a 123, 124 with this Pokemon. I think it is time that you can get your predictions in. $120.45 is a Gamer's Tales prediction. It's our lack of speed that's concerning me for the red fight. I think if we can get on a good start to red, i.e. we don't get charmed, don't get hit by thunder, have the quick claw proc, then we have a chance of getting through the battle fairly quickly. But for now, we'll turn our attention to Misty. She is our next gym leader. She's a water-type specialist, much like us. And she leads with Golduck. It's a one-hit wonder on her first two Pokemon. And we almost but don't quite one-shot the Lapras. We outspeed the Starmie, we knock it out, so we were slightly in danger. But we just about scraped through that one. Zap Cannon acquired. Lavender Town is our next destination for just a second. So we need the X-Men card. Not too shabby damage against the Snorlax there with return. And of course we get caught by 3 drill. Don't know why I'm dipping in that Pokemon Center. We never go in that Pokemon Center. But now it's time for Brock. AZUMARILL's definitely a good Pokemon. Giving it huge power really did wonders for it. So another badge acquired. Only 2 more badges left to go. Trying to get used to going through that tree as opposed to the last one, because it's ever so slightly quicker. And now it's time to ruin Blaine's day. I know that poor nurse who's stationed all on her own on Cinnabar. You'd think if Blaine had to move the gym, they could have at least put her with him. One more badge left to go. It's going to be, of course, blue. Sunny Day, probably the best of a bad group of moves that he could have used there. It's a shame that Gyarados isn't real dragon. Wrong move. I'm going to rewind that because that was a misclick. I did press up, I just didn't press up at the right moment. And Raw adds all kinds of complications that we don't particularly want. You're back, I thought you were Kanbei. Well, that thing's broken, isn't it? Over on Switch, I have a YouTube comment counter that was working reliably until about 5 minutes ago. There's probably some delays I need to add in. We have made it to red. There's our Quick Claw proc. We can one-shot Pikachu, which is a good start. Very lucky critical hit there. Let's use 3 rare candies. See if that makes any difference. We got a Charm Dodge, so we're in with a chance of seeing the rest of this battle now. Still don't outspeed the Venusaur, which is mildly terrifying. It's the bad thing about being a slow physical attacker at red. You don't consistently get the chance to actually start the battle. Let's dump in all the rare candies at this point. Not going to outspeed Pikachu, but we might outspeed the Venusaur now. Because I don't like doing it that way. I've never done it feed them all in because it's less dramatic, it's less exciting, and it's less of a reflection of a Pokemon's actual ability. Like, any Pokemon could get a really quick time if you just dump in 10 rare candies at the end. Because even though we don't show it on the leaderboard, the finishing level is tracked in my own personal stats. And a lower finishing level is always going to take precedent over a quicker time for me. It's in an Excel spreadsheet. It's very, very posh and fancy. Please knock out the Snorlax. Yes. I hope that crit doesn't screw us over now. That crit screwed us over. Although he didn't use reflects there, that could be big. There we go. $125.21 in the end. I will get its actual icon for next stream with its little fairy thing because they're stored in 2 folders because I'm hideously efficient like that, you see. For now, though, let's see where that places us. 18th place. I will take that. I will more than take that. On another day with slightly different luck, that could have been in the top 10, so 1:48:31 was our regular AZUMARILL time. Saved, what, 23 minutes? Not too bad at all. Now, of course, there's one more thing we need to do before we figure out what we're doing next. We need to return Kenya. So Kenya, it's been an absolute pleasure over the last hour and a half, but you've got to go home. And with that, we shall save in front of Nurse Joy. And I think for today, we are going to be done. I'm not feeling 100% at the moment, so I probably do need to rest up a little bit. I will be back probably Thursday, I want to say. Not 100% sure on days either. Either tomorrow or Thursday for another stream. We'll do a Nuzlocke Friday this Friday as well. And then we shall hopefully get back to our regular schedule on next week, because it's going to be a 5-day week. Then it'll be funny schedule for the week after, and then who knows, because May's a very hectic month for me. I shall be back later in the week though. Thank you to everybody for tuning in today. There are a couple of people I do want to thank extra special on top. First of all, thank you to Carnage for the gift sub over on Twitch. And thank you to Kim for 21 bloody months, and Kambe for the £2 super chat. I'll be back later in the week. All of you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll catch up very, very soon.